My dear brothers and sisters, today we celebrate the feast of the Annunciation of the Lord. And as being said in our introductory words, this is also known as the Feast of the Incarnation. And this has been linked or connected with the day of the birth of Jesus, and this is Christmas Day on December 25th, where we celebrate focusing on the incarnational mystery of Jesus. And truly enough, my dear brothers and sisters, as we celebrate today the feasts of this Annunciation of the Lord, and also celebrating the feast, which is remembering the Blessed Mother, and she has been an instrument of the history and story of salvation of mankind, that through her yes or fiat, that the plan of the salvation of humanity has been realized. My dear brothers and sisters, today as we are celebrating this feast, we cannot go away with the human context in which all around the globe, everyone experiencing this great difficulty. Here in the Philippines, we are experiencing the surging cases of COVID in Manila. So recorded daily cases, thousands. Not only more than 1,000, but thousands. And even the province has been affected because of the surging of COVID cases. And we all know that once we have this again lockdown of communities or municipalities or province or cities, it has a great impact, especially on the life and economy and the living conditions of people. And we might be asking the question on how we have to sustain and how do we get our strength and how do we get our confidence in facing these life difficulties for the next days or weeks as our respective municipalities or province or cities are coming up with this lockdown or MGCQ just to lessen or mitigate something, especially the transmission of the virus. And here, the Feast of Mary, in the Annunciation of the Lord, is an affirmation of the abiding presence of God to us. That in fact, we have heard in our readings the affirmative statement that God, through His incarnation, has been pronounced and given to us this promise that He is the Emmanuel, who is God is with us, that He will be with us until the end of times. Especially in these trying times and difficult times, let us be consoled that God is with us, especially in this time of great difficulty. But dear brothers and sisters, we are also once again reminded that as we celebrate this feast of the Annunciation of the Lord, we are being once again reminded on Mary's example to us. Her humility, her fiat, her faithfulness to God, and most especially her life of prayer and total trust in God. At times when we are put into question, to whom shall we go? At times we're put into question, who is going to sustain us? At times that we are at the point of breaking, we have reached our limit situations, we have experienced saturations, especially in this time of this COVID-19 pandemic. And here we are given an inspiration, an example to follow, and it is Mary's example. Her humility, her fiat, her total trust to God. In which we know, my dear brothers and sisters, at this difficult time, where our mind is being cluttered with a lot of things, where we cannot focus to think, what shall we do in this time of pandemic? Prayer, like Mary, always in prayer and trusting God, help us to clear our mind, to think well, and to come up with better solutions on how we face these life challenges. Let us continuously seek God's help and grace. And through the intervention of God's, through the intercession of Mary, may we continuously seek God in our prayers, especially this time of pandemic. May we have the confidence of Mary through her humility, through her yes, and through her total trust in God. Let us continuously pray for one another, especially to pray for all families who are directly affected with this COVID-19 virus, where a lot of families today are being contracted with this virus, where a lot of families today are locked down in certain communities because of this transmission of the virus. We know, my dear brothers and sisters, we need to seek God like Mary, through humility and total trust. We know that God will keep His promise to us. He will never abandon us, but He will sustain us and help us through. May Mary be our inspiration example of great confidence in God, that we know God turns the best, and God will always make a way for us to help us through. Amen.